tech. Welcome into Broken Home, the podcast where being broke ain't all bad. I'm your host, Jeremy Webb, and joining us again, our Taiwanese correspondent.
Mib's back.
Mib's back again. When does that become true? When would you, how long would you have to wait to be citizenized?
Oh, dude, well, it's never going to happen in Taiwan.
Oh, really?
It's like Japan style. Like, you're never becoming Japanese, and you're never becoming Taiwanese. I mean, I say never.
Even when you get married,
Well, you just become a permanent resident or whatever the hell.
So they finally let you be in Taiwan.
But I heard like maybe 5 foreigners a year naturalize and become a citizen, and I know a guy trying to do it now, and it looks like the most miserable exercise in bureaucratic fucking masturbation I've ever seen.
How well can you do forms? That's what we're letting you into the country on the back of.
Pretty much. Also, I have another claim to fame, Jezza. I'm the Taiwanese correspondent of Broken Home. I'm also the most popular guest as determined by YouTube. 37 views, I see.
That you are.
Yeah,
don't need
we
to point
popped
out
off.
people the view count. They can. Yeah. People are liking it. I'm very much convinced it's people from your work.
Well, I
You're
disagree.
a very supportive crew. No?
I am terrified to share this in my network, so I don't think it is. And
maybe it's the whole crew.
peek in the comments. Some guy said, "Hey, YouTube recommended this. It's got 0 views." So
jumped on. Got my first follow there. I'll double check his name and shout him out next time.
Bring in the just working the algorithm, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
You paid for advertising, didn't you? You did on the slide.
Yeah.
You just spent some Instagram ads around.
I'll tell you who's not paying for advertising, and I hate to throw this guy under the bus. I've met him one time only, Nick Kwan, with a collective 3 views across his 2 episodes. And I'm curious, in episode 6 here, he's got 1 view. Is that you or him? Or someone else?
I think that's on me. I haven't been spreading the word enough. I've been trying to push it now that I've got a decent number of episodes that I don't feel bad sending people to the YouTube.
Yeah. Well, when you're ready, dude, Creator DB's standing by to, activate some big talent in Australia to shout this out. It'll cost you a small fortune, but we can do it.
Cost me.
Yeah.
Well, let me hit 20 fucking episodes first. I don't want to still be getting ahead of myself.
I mean, you've already got sponsors. You've done Incogni. I think there was a normal.
Yeah, I've got involuntary sponsors.
Yeah.
They just come knocking on the door, fucking SS style.
Right.
Kicking their way in.
I did forget to line one up for tonight, but maybe it'll just come out. We'll see. Also, while going through the library, I did watch a little bit of the last episode with Zach, and he raised a very good point, which I'll echo here, which is, Jezza, you've always got some weird shit going on. And I'm looking at you now, and the stash is evolving.
Of course. I've gone for those.
What is in that mo?
It's a look that I'd like to call raiding your girlfriend's bathroom.
Oh, yeah?
These were things she bought for a costume. Hang on, I'll get it right up on here. Give you a look.
Are they little metal things? They're kind of it evokes a bit of Viking vibe.
Metal. Yeah, they got the Viking runes on them type thing. It's you're meant to put them in your hair for braid costumes and shit like that. And I tried them out, and I'm like, you know what? I like it. Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
Plus, I had the fake gold cross. I'm like, they match up. Put a black shirt on. Look at me. I'm Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Right. Oh, I was just in the US, right? And I was
also real harsh to just call Cordy out like that.
I know.
Enough with you reading out my YouTube views.
Wow.
In case there's more people listening, and then they can.
Let's get a little bit of engagement.
I'm trying
cross episode guest engagement.
Actually, shout out to my mate Chris. He hit me up and yeah, he's been enjoying the episodes, listening to those. And he was the only person ever to tell me, he's like, oh man, I'm really waiting for Second Strings to come back. I'm like, dude, I'd forgotten about that until you said it.
What the fuck is Second Strings?
One of my first podcasts.
Oh.
You know, when I first moved out of Ballarat and went down to Melbourne, that was the podcast I was doing then. Yeah, so I've been like 21, 22. You weren't in advertising yet, so I wasn't fucking hitting you up.
3 years ago?
3? No. More than that, like 6 or 7.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Fuck, more than that. Fuck, I'm old. That's why I had to start putting shit in my beard so I can get working on looking wise.
Yeah, we are getting old. What's going on? Look at this. Can you see that shit?
Oh, your teeth.
My teeth are like...
I just assumed that was something to do with the Ozempic.
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know what's going on with that. Hold on, I'm going to try to fix it. Sorry to the audio listeners. Jesus Christ.
Nah, that's all good.
All right.
We'll get it sorted.
All right, Jezza.
Rich teeth, mate. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was saying, I was in the States recently, just going back to your cross, and my fiancée, Shangling, was wearing a Christian cross around a little bit, and I was like, what are you, I haven't seen you wear that before, you know. Funny you bust that out in America, maybe try to steer off a couple of crazies or something like that.
Or at least have some crazies on your side.
Yeah.
It's like if some crazy v crazy happening, you don't want to be someone who's on no side.
Right.
You might as well just pick one.
Yeah.
Speaking of, how was the random US mission? I didn't even know you guys were heading over.
Yeah, well, it was pretty dense. I think we were only there like 9 days, or maybe even 8.
You did a lot of the... I think it's the thing of like traveling with your music, because you'd been there before, yeah? Like, well, I know that you have.
To America?
I still remember very... Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like... Say, like, obviously you've been. I remember a very clear photo of a AK-47, a big fucking cigar and a gun down the pants.
Right.
I think that was your first time there or something like that. First time since I knew you.
Those were actually different times. The AK and the fucking Magnum in my Dax is different to the, like, me dual-wielding assault rifles. They're 3 years apart. The same dude in South Carolina, the same buddy we were visiting, just fucking shooting trees and bullshit.
His name. I used to know that guy's name.
Keegan.
That was it.
Yeah.
But speaking of your America trip, obviously the internet is still active over there. You're able to do, access all kinds of sites, and I had a little package turn up.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask about this because I checked my email today.
I got him right here. The Who Dares Wins official fucking Milton Bradley board game.
Dude, how's the quality? It looks pretty mint.
It is fucking great quality. It's like it looks like a prop from like Play School.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it looks like there's only one of these.
Aesthetic. Yeah.
Somebody's made this like a picture book because they needed, Mike Whitney was doing the guest spot to hang out with Big Ted. To see if he can eat an onion in fucking 40 seconds.
Oh, well, what is it for the audio listeners? It is the Who Dares Wins official board game, published... Oh, God, I don't know. I'll say 1996, but no, that's when the show first came out. I think they'd probably publish it after the show.
It's looking fucking young on that box.
Hell yeah.
Hang on, where's this thing here? We've got to have a look. From 2 to 6 players, so you can't do solo, unfortunately.
Well...
It won't take long to convince people to get a game of this going. I'll probably film it and have it going this weekend if I wanted to.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I'll do it at some stage. I'm going to just fucking record
it crossed my mind, because it's basically just drawing cards with dares on them. Do you want to try one live on the pod right now? It could be a total nightmare, a total dud. I don't know.
That's not a bad idea.
We got 2 players, dog. We got 2 players. But yeah, I must say, I feel like this is my purchase of the year, and I'm so glad that it's bringing you joy. And why is it purchase of the year? Because on eBay, and I got this on eBay, there are a lot that were very heavily used, Jeremy. This was a well-loved game for many households. I could tell by the wear and the tear. And then this
it's
one
definitely not because
like,
it was getting turfed from cupboard to cupboard.
Yeah, and this one was just like mint, like shit. This is like the collector's item right here, and it still just cost a cheeky $25. And
get it shown off here. It's my first official YouTube unboxing.
yeah. What's it smell like?
Oh,
bit of Mike's aftershave in there.
It smells like fucking army rations. Oh, dog.
And I also think there might have been 2 editions of this because the materials in this one look better than
the Pro edition. Yeah, like it's just got your base shaped little markers, like little like thimble type toys, but you can definitely tell when somebody's just cheaped out on that. There's like that hollow fucking weird little like Monopoly house build.
Right.
Whereas that like feels like it's at least been 3D printed.
Oh yeah, Mike is cheaping out.
All right.
Does it look used?
The only sign that it's looking used is that the cards are in Ziploc bags.
Oh well.
Like they're in the sandwich bags, but they could have just been loose in there, you know. All right, Mib, do you want a try your luck card, a dare or not card, a street dare, or a major dare?
All right. Okay, start with a street dare. I don't know what any of these things are. I did read the rules. In fact, there's not a rule book, I don't think. It's like on the back of the box.
On the back.
Yeah, like
the whole rule set is on the back.
It's just like 2 paragraphs.
It had like a weird sort of Monopoly look to it, but I'm going to bust this card out, so you give the expert.
Okay. I was going to say, because, you know, we've been on Mike Watch, right, all month. In fact, we've been trying to get in contact with Mike Whitney, both Jezra and I, get him on the pod.
Yep.
First real
various
select.
routes we're attempting.
Yeah. And he's dodging our calls, dude. He's dodging our fucking calls. I swear, we're getting screened.
I think that we're post Bitcoin at this stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because like you would have the same thing I had, and you got onto it slightly better than I. But when I was at uni, that's when people were going, "Hey man, buy Bitcoin. It's worth fucking pittance." Like people were giving it away at card tournaments. Like that was the level of like when people like mate Lewis and shit were first going, "Yeah, get on it."
Yeah.
And then it all fucking happened, and now we're sitting at that point afterwards where you're like, well, I can't do it now, but fuck, I really just could have. It's like I feel like it's that same.
I think
sits in that same spot.
I think we're not the first guys to reach out to try to get Mike on a Who Dares Win themed podcast. Not that this is the Who Dares Wins podcast. There would be a new podcast launched. So. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant though, because like there was that time where everybody could get onto Mike Whitney. It was like the known thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you just call him up and he'll come and have a chat with you or what have you. And I feel like now that that's been known, too many people have now jumped on the, hey, let's get onto Mike Whitney. So the Bitcoin is worth less.
I agree. I mean,
I'm worth more.
He stopped taking Cameo money, you know? What was it? 50 or $100? Now it's...
Yeah. I mean, I would have, like, if he was still doing it, I would have straight up got him to do one for the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll splash that cash. All right. Do you want your
is this a street dare? The first one?
Yeah.
All right.
Bet you won't do it too.
Oh man, I hope this is not too fucking dumb.
Yodel for 15 seconds.
Oh my god. Oh wait. It's a street dare. Huh.
So you got to go out in the street.
I wonder if this is the kind of stuff Mike could do in public, you know? Like ask people to yodel.
Oh, I feel like that one these days, like, but that's not difficult, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that one, it's more about can you be fucked embarrassing yourself?
Yeah.
I actually can't be fucked to it. Like, I don't want to burn too many of these.
Hold on. I'll try the yodeling really quick. I don't know. Maybe this will be like unfunny as hell. All right, let's see. Hold on. I got a timer up on the screen, covering our faces. This is a fucking disaster.
That's right. Leave me out. I've got a thing here. I've got one going.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Your lady. Your lady. No, all right.
I don't. Yeah, nah, no chance. You just lost $200.
Lose 200? Holy shit!
It's win or lose.
This is like Mike in his fucking later years, where he's like needing to cash in on the fame. You know, like you build it up for a couple of years, and then.
Yeah. We'll give you $50, and then they're like, the rat trap went off. He's like, yeah, all right, hand it over.
Yeah. All right. Can we have a taste of a major dare really quick? And you're doing it.
All right. Man, I'd love if this was just like way too hard, you know? Yeah. Like, it's just like, go steal from your neighbors.
Or it's like, get a wicket in cricket right now in a mall.
Get in contact with Mike Whitney. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So, while you're digging into that, I also went way down the rabbit hole, Jezza, trying to find Who Dares Wins episodes. And man, it is like all lost media, dude. Like, about 100 episodes, I think they made in total, and like there's 4 or 5 available.
Yeah, there's an hour compilation of just like random tasks and stuff, which I think is those 4 episodes.
Yeah.
But I think at this stage, like, next step is like, do I hit up fucking Channel 7?
Well, I was looking at the fucking Australian government media archive, whatever the hell. There's like a bureau for that.
Oh, yeah.
Even they don't have dick all. They got, I think, 6 eps, and I don't. You can't just view them or get them. What's that?
Damn. What is this, fucking Mr. Bean?
Yeah, well, man, I don't know. It even aired in Australia. It aired in America, and so I was like going down that rabbit hole, like looking at the archives of that channel it was on, and man, it is just really hard to find. You know, really fucking hard.
At least they've got like on those clips, it's got like your quintessential, like it's got your real classic ones on there.
Kinda.
Dude going up the antenna.
Yeah, but I was really hoping to just get all the episodes and make a YouTube fucking channel or some bullshit out of it. I don't know.
Or just enjoy them. The number of times where I'm like, let's just put that shit on. If I had all of them, just like pull it up on my hard drive.
You watch it like people watch The Office. Just always have fucking Who Dares on in the background while you work.
Man, I used to always just like have a show on that was like, it was usually the old British panel shows. But it's just like, I just need that. And that would just be cycling constantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could definitely do that with Who Dares Wins. Just like an inbuilt timer of knowing when 26 minutes has passed, because then I get to thrash you out to the theme song again.
All right, what do we got? Major Dare.
Sports light tower. Ever wondered how that light gets on the tower? You only have to climb 750 stairs to find out.
What?
I think it's a bunch of bullshit, but to link it to some episode thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But
this is a Major Dare card?
Yeah. It's like 500. You got to climb 750 stairs.
Huh. Maybe it just assumes you've got stairs available, which you do, for the record.
Hey, man, if you've got one stair, you've got stairs, you know?
Yeah.
Step up and down 750 times, I count that.
750 stairs. All right.
Well, that's not that many, because you think about it, it's like 10,000 steps is your thing for a day.
This might be the kind of game where we either need to be
I'm going to do something.
Dead sober or very cooked. I don't know. I don't know what the vibe would be.
Playing this with like sober board gamers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they'd.
The Catan kids.
See, this looks like it'd be so much fun, except for anyone who gives a fuck about the rules of a board game. Like, anybody who is trying to win, like, passionately when you're doing a round of the Who Dares Wins board game, it's like, nah, man, you need to just go play Magic.
Right.
Go with your angry people. Go play Magic because you can't afford Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just go hang out. I'll tell you what, though, man, before I had a gig to get to.
Tonight?
I got back from the gig just before. But, so, like, gig's at 7, but I fully organised to be there at 6:30. And I've always felt like the person was like, I can just walk out of the house without pretty much anything, keys to get back in, I'll be fine. I lost my phone after, while I was getting set up to go. I'm like, all right, it's all good. I had headphones on, took them off, just couldn't find it. I'm like, I need that to get to this gig, just to navigate, fucking get there. All of my notes are on there, so I needed all that shit. And they're sending messages on a Facebook chat of what the lineup and stuff is, details you need, because I was fucking emceeing. So I'm just looking around the house, just sort of. First it was just a look. I'm like, I'm gonna have to retrace my steps. It's gonna be somewhere annoying, climbing up and down the stairs. And then it's I've checked everywhere. Now where the fuck is it? I'm just starting to get frustrated. I'm like, I fucking have checked everywhere. And then I'm running late where I'm like, am I even going to make it to the start of the gig? And I am tearing through the house like fucking Logan at the end of that fucking movie, like Wolverine tearing through the forest. Like, this house was in fucking shambles when I got home. Because, like, I'm just looking absolutely everywhere. Just, like, bins, throwing those around. Just, like Tiff stuck her head out. She wasn't sure if I was chatting or podcasting. And it's completely thrown off my train of thought. What the fuck?
Did you find the phone? You fucking ripped your house apart looking for the phone.
Oh. So I'm like literally throwing bins out that I thought it might have dropped into. I've ripped every cushion off every couch. My bathroom has just looked like somebody's just kicked the outer walls so hard that everything's fallen in. And I come back out and I eventually find it because I get a message that I sent around to a bunch of people. Well, I sent a message around to 4 people. 5, I think, no, 5, yeah, a couple of people. But because I was so panicked and by that point I was just needing somebody to call my phone, I wrote a message just said, call me right now.
Oh, yeah.
And sent like Tiff, Lachlan, a couple of them, like my brother, a couple of people. So like I got the first phone call and I'm like, great, you fucking help me say, like, you found me a phone, great, awesome. I literally need to get in the car and just fucking drive immediately to get there. But then that meant I couldn't answer any more calls. So the other 4 people that were now calling me were also just sending messages like, man, are you all right? Like, what's going on? Because it's like, I'm driving, I can't. So just like, 4 people that care about me a lot, just absolutely stressed out for a good fucking...
Where was it after all this? Don't keep me fucking hanging.
Under a rug.
Oh, shit. Wow.
And a rug, like, out here, like, outside.
Yeah.
So it's like, a cat didn't push it under there. Just at some fucking stage, I kicked my phone under there, but was still listening to stuff on my headphones. So it was just like, yeah, it's in my pocket, probably.
Yeah.
But, like, but then I get to the gig, and then Tiff's one of the people who calls me, and I had to answer that one, because I also had to mention, like, look, when you get home, there's going to be some shit everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all mostly like not in like areas you hang out, but I'll fix it when I get home. And I just had to like tell her what happened, because it was like, otherwise it's like, why did you do this?
Well, dude, you remind me, I've put something similar before, just without the messaging people. But when what was it, 2016, remember I quit IBM? I got a redundancy and then just traveled around fucking blasting cash until I went broke. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I thought that was your life still going.
Well, no.
And then you got hooked, and then your missus just sort of hooked you in one place.
No, but during that year, I went to the US, Cuba, and Mexico, right? And it was a 3-month trip, 1 in each. That was the plan. And went to the US first, whatever, it was fine. Actually, maybe I was thinking about like, I'll settle in the US. Maybe, yeah. Gross. I think I did do that. And then during my first month there, I was like, this country fucking sucks. I'm out of here. And I posted like half of my luggage and shit back, and just started traveling light. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking Cuba. And and flew there and stayed for a month. Had a blast, man. What a fun time. And then I was like, all right, well, I had planned 1 month in Cuba, 1 month in Mexico. And so I flew from Cuba to Mexico. I was in Cancun, which is like a party town, and I thought like, oh, this will be fun. It wasn't. I fucking hated Cancun. Sorry, any Mexican people listening. I suspect you're not listening, but I did not have a good time in Mexico. And I love Mexico, and Mexican my favorite food. But anyway, I did not have a good time in Mexico. Mexico's great. I love the food. It's always a fucking great one. But you know damn well we grew up with fucking old El Paso fucking taco kids. True,
and I don't think you could give that to any fucking Mexican
person. I know that. I'm talking about like, I know what real Mexican is. I like real Mexican. I also fucking love old El Paso Mexican. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not here to discriminate. Yeah.
Man, there's nothing I love more than like going and make nachos. I'm keen to make some nachos. Got the cheese and like maybe even some leftover mince there. And going, fuck, I've got no chips, but I do have this old El Paso kit. I'm just going to snap those taco shells up and use that as my base. Mix a bit of the taco sauce in with the fucking nachos.
I mean, I've definitely done that before. But man, that's some expensive nachos. But anyway. Yeah, but get this.
Man, the best one is where you just snap it in half and you make little like nacho beds.
At the time, the internet in Cuba was really like fucking non-existent as shit.
Oh.
Like, to get online, you had to go meet a guy that looked and acted like a drug dealer, and then give them like $1, which is a lot of money in that country, and then they would give you a fucking like piece of paper, and you'd rip off the edges and then open it up and have a code, and then you had to go and find Wi-Fi, and there was only 3 fucking places in all of Havana with Wi-Fi, which were like the big international hotels. And you know that there's
so it wasn't even like a government building.
No, government building didn't have Wi-Fi. But you know a place has Wi-Fi because there's like a fucking... the outside facade of the buildings are just covered in people, like glued to it, trying to like get a bit of Wi-Fi. And anyway, that $1, again, a lot of money, would get you access for 1 hour, and you get like fucking 20 kbs or something. It was like a terrible connection. Like you could send, you could send Facebook messages, and that was like it. You could not send pictures to people and video.
So essentially, all you were doing was just sending out the "I'm not dead" messages to your mum.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would do. That's what I would do every few days or whatever.
Just pay a USD to let mum know I'm not dead.
Yeah. That's exactly what I did. Which brings me to after a month in Havana. Great time, loved it, and I loved not having internet. That fucking slapped.
Deciding to not have internet while everyone else around you still does is not the same.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same. Also, I do respect that Cuban people want internet, and now they have it. Part of me is like, oh man, you guys lost the charm of your country. You know?
Cool.
But that is like the widest, most bullshit thing to say.
Oh, absolutely. You know? This was so much nicer.
Yeah,
it was just the locals and their culture.
It's like, fucking social media's finally reached this place.
Without the influence of the internet ruining this culture. It's like, fuck off.
No, I know. It's a dickhead.
I'm sorry that the Cuban people get to talk to it and they're not under a fucking embargo anymore.
Yeah, but it is. What's cool? It was cool to like get to experience that. You know how people used to live. Oh my god, have to make a fucking plan verbally and then like show up at a place. You know,
you say people like we used to live, cunt.
Yeah, well,
it's not even like other people. It's us.
Yeah,
we did that.
Well, I mean, it was. I guess before I was an adult, like in definitely like around like. Oh, I want to say middle school, but you know, Australia don't got that. Fucking primary, whatever, early high school. I don't think I had a smartphone, and I definitely wasn't messaging people that much. And it was
I've definitely mentioned this before, but I got one of those remember if you collected 10 Coca-Cola labels and took it to the post office, you'd get a phone for $50.
Oh, good lord! Yeah, I do remember that, but I did not.
Yeah, I had one of those.
I don't think I even had that. But I remember at the time I was like, I don't even want a fucking phone. You know, I couldn't give a shit. Let me wrap this.
I'm now at the addiction level where it's like I need it.
So I leave Cuba, right, and I go to Mexico, and in Mexico they have internet. So I was back online with my folks back home, and you know, Mum's like, all right, great, you know, I can hear from you more often, and after like 3 days in Mexico, I was like, this country sucks. I'm fucking bored. And I had so much fun in Havana. I want to go back to Cuba.
Yeah.
And I just go straight to the airport, just go up to the counter. I'm like, give me a fucking ticket back to Havana, you know, like work it out. Still got my IBM fucking redundancy check, you know. It's not quite gassed out yet.
And no concept of how to spend it properly.
No, exactly. So I'm like, just give me a fucking next flight there. And I forgot to tell my parents I was leaving Mexico. So I get back in Havana and just head straight back to where I was staying. They just like let me back in. Awesome time, whatever. And I'm having such a great time back with all my buddies that I'd made. It was like a hostel thing, and I was like the old grizzled hostel veteran. Like had been there 4 weeks, which makes you a fucking veteran. Like you know. Yeah. All the staff, you just
like a full cycle of the people.
Yeah, you're just totally integrated, you know.
Yeah.
And you know all the cool places to go out at night, shit to do, blah blah blah. And anyway, having such a blast. I forgot to tell anyone I was back in Cuba and back having poor access to internet. And when I finally get back online, I got like 100 messages from Mum. I mean, this is not that funny. This is terrifying. Where, you know, she's
it's funny from my perspective of, you know, your friend.
And she's like, I was a fucking inch from like calling, you know, I don't know, Interpol or the fucking US Marines or whatever and trying to, you know, deploy them in Cancun and find my ass because I washed up dead.
You're there just like having a fucking, you're just drinking a beer, you look up and then there's just parachutes coming in.
Right. Yeah, anyway, I was like, oh no, I'm back in Havana. And Havana's like quite safe as long as you're not being a complete fuckwit. I mean, it's not like Mexico unsafe.
I think that applies to most places where, if you're not fucking around.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not causing strife, usually you'll be fine.
Right. And I mean, especially in this place where, like, A, it doesn't have that many tourists, but B, this is at the time, B, the tourists that are there inject so much fucking cash into the economy. Because I cannot, like, words cannot describe how poor that country is. And not, like, poor shit. I just mean, like, doctors were earning like 50 to 100 US a month, you know. And my favorite Cuba fact, this was told to me by a Cuban guy. He's like, you know the job that everyone wants? Now, this is 10 or 15 years old now, right? It's a bit different now. It's opened up, whatever the fuck.
Sure.
They've lost their charm. Things have changed. But back in my day in Cuba...
It's all call centers here.
The Cuban guys, you know what job they wanted, Jezza? The fucking dream job. Yeah. The highest paid dream job in their society. Have a think about it. Like, what could you earn in a fucking weird semi-communist banana republic, you know?
I'm going to assume it's something mundane as fuck, but never going to go anywhere.
You're right.
I'm going to go street cleaner. Oh, bin man. That's actually, I'm going to upgrade to bin man. That's my...
Bin man?
Oh.
You're kind of close. Not quite on the street.
I'll put that in. So what do we got?
All right. But I'll give you partial credit because you're on the right vein. It is the fucking door guy, the greeter at the International Hotel, because you would just open the door for people and greet them and shit like that. Yeah. And occasionally you'd catch an American who would get a $5 or $10 tip for like hauling their bags inside, which is like a week and a half wage, or for that guy probably a month's wage.
Yeah.
And people aspired to be the fucking door guy at the hotel.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah. It's like, you don't want to grow up to be a doctor. You want to be that guy.
Even with that, it's like you don't even want to be the person staying in the hotel.
Yeah. Also, and now I wasn't staying in this hotel. I couldn't afford a hotel like that.
No, I'm just saying, like, from that guy's perspective, is like the tip of his dream isn't even staying in the hotel. Yeah. It's the guy who gets tipped at the door of the hotel. It's like, dream bigger, man.
Right. But get this, I had a run in. I had a run in with the guy, the celebrity door guy. Yeah.
Pause. I just got to reset this camera. We'll be right back.
When the family comes home to a house with
caramel, it's acting in beads of gum leaves.
I had a run-in with the celebrity door guy, right? We're back?
Yeah, we're back.
3, 2, 1, bang.
That's it. Done. We got off. So we had a celebrity door guy.
Yeah, I had a celebrity door guy. Now, he's not a celebrity other than he's a wealthy guy.
He's a celebrity because he's the door guy.
Right.
It's not fucking Tom Hanks.
Right. Now, the hostel I was staying at, it did not have a pool, like, because, again, it's a poor country. You don't just have pools and shit. But we had heard that there was a pool on the roof of this big international hotel. And there's only, like, 2 of these in the city, right? It's not like fucking whatever. There's not a million.
And you're hoping it was just, like, Caucasian your way up the elevator, or is that the plan?
Yeah, that's kind of where we're going. But me and actually 3 chicks,
that's gonna help.
Yeah, we went. We were like, oh, we should get up to the pool. You know, it'd be so nice to have a swim because it's hot as fuck, right, in the Caribbean.
Also, just to paint the picture, are they way better looking than you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good too, because now you look like some sort of like Soviet millionaire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Because if you're roughly the same, it's like, oh, it looks like, your partner's with one of them and they're friends maybe. But if they're like, if there's 3 or 4 stars between you, then it's like, okay, this guy's loaded. He must already be staying here.
Right. Well, I wasn't looking too shabby back in the day, but
yeah,
no, I was with a German bird and a Brit and a Luxembourgish. I was like, fucking hell, mythical. Anyway, but yeah, we go to the hotel, and we get greeted by the guy, and I was like, fuck, I was really hoping to just straight to the elevator. Like that was the plan that I had in my brain, right?
Yeah.
But of course, this guy takes his job very seriously. He needs to greet, or he needs to greet, right?
He's got to greet. Greeter got to greet.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit, got to think quick on my feet here, and I go like, oh yeah, we're here to check in. And we don't even have any fucking bags.
Dude, no.
Or maybe like a little fucking, throw over a shoulder kind of thing, whatever. Mm-hmm. And
man, it's
I'm like, here to check in.
Yeah. What? Continue.
And the guy's like, all right, follow me over to the desk. And I was like, oh shit, fuck. Starting to sweat a bit. Like, goddamn, how are we doing this? And
this is clearly evidence of someone who did not have to lie to their parents enough.
Yeah. And then, but
deviousness?
Just all the neurons fired at the same time and just worked it out. And I told the guy like, oh, we need the bathroom. We need the bathroom. And I'm like, it's urgent, 3 chicks. And he's like, all right. It's over here. And I was like,
and then you just tap your nose.
Yeah.
It's like, we need the bathroom. We got the 3 birds here. And,
No. Anyway, I told the girls, like, I'm like, I can't remember what it was. I was just like, wait like 2 minutes exactly, and then just come out and bang, we're all up the elevator. And that's exactly what we did. Just really quick, all just in the bathroom. I went in the gents, they went in the girls. Pulled out, shot straight for the elevator, bang, straight to the roof. Got up there, beautiful pool. It's like, we fucking got it made. Anyway, we just have a swim, chilling out on the recliner, shit like that. And then eventually,
I was hoping you didn't even make it to the pool. I thought you were gonna like take the 2 steps and then you just feel the grip
we
of the greeter.
We got it made. And but eventually a guy came, and it was a different guy. This is the second best job in the country at the time.
Yeah.
Is the
lifeguard on the roof.
Pool attendant guy. Anyway, he comes around and will offer you drinks, I guess, or offer to get you a drink. And he came up on us and he's like,
your room?
What's that?
Is that what caught you out? Where it's got to be like, oh, you've got to put the drinks on your room? Okay.
They're not at that level of technology. I mean, but I think we got busted because we didn't have towels from the hotel. I didn't think of that part of the plan, right?
Oh man,
we had our own. Yeah.
See, again, not enough lying as a child.
Yeah.
Immediately when you go in and he's like, oh hey, and like give the greeting, it's like, oh hey man, we're meeting a friend who's staying here.
Right.
She said to go up to her and can you let us up to the 7th or whatever? You just pick a floor.
Yeah.
And if that because worse you get there and it's like, oh, this person's doing this. Then you got the girls there. It's like they're actually meant to help you with their makeup. It's easy, man. And even with that one where he's like, where are your towels? You have your own towels, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a hygiene. Yeah. Like we don't I got to use my own towel. Like I feel weird using other.
You're a much better liar than me, Jez. I had none of this chambered and ready to go. But you know what lie I did tell, and it fucking fell flat. Was he goes, he's like, are you guys staying here? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, let me see your room cards. And I was like, and I look over at the 3 girls, and I was like, I don't have my room card. And he's like, where is it? And I said, my wife has it downstairs in the room. And he just looks at me like, he's like, I can't remember, but he's like, I'm going to call security basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, can't we just hang out, man? And he says, if you buy some drinks. And I was like, okay, I get it, dude.
Yeah.
All right. What do we want? I'll have a beer.
You'll take that deal. Because the other option is, like, what, you pay to get into a public pool or something where you can't get drinks.
Right. Well,
it's like okay. It's always weird. It's like the same thing in the States where they're like, oh, it's a 2-drink minimum to get into this place. I'm like, why would I be coming to a bar to hang out with friends and not have 2 drinks?
Yeah. Anyway, but we get the drinks right. 2 beers, 2 juices, and it's like $20 US. I was like, dude, this fucking hurts. Remember, this is pre-inflation, dude. 2014, 2016, whatever.
Especially what you were saying, like $1 is a whole hour of internet at the time.
Yeah.
It's like that's a whole day on the internet, almost.
Yeah. I mean, you could get a pizza for $1. I mean, everything was $1. So anyway, lose 20 to this guy. I was like, God damn it. But anyway, I paid the piper.
But that's the thing. No, actually break it down. 2 beers, 2 juices, and 4 people to get access to the pool.
I know it's not even that bad.
It's like no. I mean, it's like I get that he's stinging you comparatively everywhere else, but it's like that's what I could easily rationalize to myself. Where it's like I hate getting scammed. There's just something in me that it irks me. I'm like, I know you're ripping me off, but at the same time, I'm like, fine, take it. Obviously,
look, true. But I think I was pretty close to the end of my IBM check at this point. Anyway.
I assumed the second flight was going to fuck you with that.
Yeah, well, it did for sure. But yeah, anyway, so we hung out there for like, I don't know, a couple hours. And I remember he came back around and he's like, do you want more drinks? And I was like, fuck, get out of here. You know, come on, man. Don't kick a brother while I'm down. Like, extort me twice in one day. All right.
But at the same time, like, half the time I'm like, if I'm in a pool, I like doing things you can only do in a pool, like swimming around and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's always a thing of like, I don't mind drinking in a pool if I'm drinking.
Right.
But if I go to the pool, it's like I'm at the pool, I'll get out and drink, you know? I want to swim around. I want to be diving under the water. I want to be like throwing my mates into the air when they're not expecting it, you know?
Right.
Being at the pool.
Right.
It's funny because when I was in Thailand for the podcast festival there, they booked out the entire resort in the end, right? And I just go up and I'm chatting to these 2 people in the pool, like a younger German couple, been like 25 or so. Just like dude with the beard, close crop, but he seemed a little different to everybody else in that...
A bit German?
I mean, well, I've met Germans, you know, like you can usually tell, but like just definitely not a fan of this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
You know? You look around, it's like...
Wait, was he attending the fest?
He was in the pool. This guy, and I swim up to him at some point. I'm just like chatting away. I'm like, so do you guys listen to this in Germany? Like, did you listen to it? He's like, we don't know what this is. They were just walking along the beach.
We just know we don't like it.
Well, they were just like, the pool's not, because they just were on the beach, saw like heaps of people, and just like veered left, came in, hopped in the pool. And it's like, as soon as I found that out and they're there, I like just took, like, because I knew the guys running it, so if they saw me coming in, they're not checking my wristband. So I just gave my wristband to them and told them if anybody asked, just say you're in room 4902 or whatever the fuck I was in. And I'm like, worst case, if you have to go get in, I've left the window open so I can leave the air conditioner on. So it's just like I told these people how to basically steal all of my things. And also the fact that they're not even people at the festival, they're literally randoms, like just 2 people. I'm like, hey, here's this room. I won't even look at you like weird if you're going in there. Don't take
I'm going to go out on a limb, Jeremy, and say that German tourists don't want whatever shit that you took to Koh Samui for the fucking Podfest. You know?
Hey,
what are they going to fucking find?
Electronics mostly, camera. You know,
fair enough. Okay.
Some pieces. You know,
I've been holding. Yeah.
I'm not worried about the weed I had spread across the entire fucking room, but I'm more worried, you know, the camera's nice enough. I wouldn't be doing this right now.
There were some good vintage shirts.
Yeah, I got the vintage jerseys, like the basketball jerseys was my main purchase. Love it. Main thing I love about them is it's like, I didn't spend $190 on this, so I'll just actually fucking wear it.
Did you see any? I remember, like in my travels in Southeast Asia, you go to some places, and I'd imagine Koh Samui is probably like this. Please correct me if I'm wrong. They have some fucking like dumb white people merch. You know, like really dumb stickers and shirts and fucking
the customized wristbands are big.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You get a wristband that just says whatever you want, and so you go along and they're all on display, and it's just like, you know, dick muncher, or just like way worse. Like, that's me dumbing it down for the sake of the pod.
Right.
But it's just like eye crush box. It's just like all the most heinous fucking shit that you take back from mum. You know, you get her the nice little placemat thing that looks like a fucking shaped like an elephant, but you got to throw in, you know, just whatever fucking heinous thing. There's also, again, all the jerseys and stuff, I think, because it's like, if it wasn't just for white people, there'd be people kicking around in jerseys, you know? They're already kicking around in whatever other clothes they're selling.
Right.
So it's like, they'd be wearing the jerseys if they wanted them.
Did you see any Russians?
No, because I think we were in like the off-season bit for them, and because we were mostly like that entire resort, it was like mostly Australians, and even mostly that insular sort of crew that you were rolling with.
Right. Oh, well, I guess they booked out the whole fucking thing, right?
Yeah, the whole resort there. And then
I think it's always on season for Russians now because they don't want to be at home, you know?
Yeah, now that the lines are pushing in the direction they want.
Right.
Well, Vietnam was the same. Where did we hit that was fucking Russia district?
Nha Trang, I think it was called.
Fuck, that was good.
Yeah.
The whole aesthetic of the place was abandoned theme park.
Yeah.
It was fucking
It's like,
terrifying.
oh, yeah, I've seen fucking Chernobyl.
Well, that was my fucking
which is in your
rooftop
brain,
pool story.
Yeah.
Was when we were, because we were there, we went for a swim on the beach, and like I was like, I want to go for a swim in the freshwater pool. So you guys went and showered or whatever. I'm like, I'm going to duck up to the pool. And actually, there was 2 times I went out there, both in a similar circumstance. Because the first time I went up, no one's up there. I dived in. I popped up with my hair just like, you know, where you look the dumbest you can possibly be when you come out of the water. Just like your hair parts, and you just look like a little dork just fucking coming out of it. I dived underwater. I'm like just swimming around under there for like 60 seconds. I pop up, and there is a row of just models.
Oh, yeah?
Little models in like different colored dresses standing along there just like having a smoke, having a drink. And I sort of looked for a sec. They looked down and noticed me, and then just sort of like turned away, like fucking high school fucking bullshit. Just like, we're talking over here, and I'm just like, what the fuck just happened?
Russian
that
birds.
last 6 not too sure, because they were not talking loud enough for me to hear. But
yeah, we can.
the second time was funny when I go up there.
Yeah.
I get up, and there's 2 Russian dudes and 3 Russian women sitting in the pool. And I go up, I put my stuff down. I'm going to go up the other end and just chill out for a second. And the bigger dude just like goes, snaps his fingers, and I go, look over, and he goes, pool is closed. And I'm just like, yes, it is. I fucking grabbed my towel and just fucking didn't book it, because it was like, you know, it's like a fucking, when there's an angry dog, I didn't want to run.
Right. I was going to say, the same place, same pool. And also, for any listeners who haven't been to Nha Trang, the place is fucking swarming with Russians 10 years ago. And the signs are in Russian. I mean, it's not like we're not.
Yeah, it was the only place we went where, like, because there was Russian on the signs, but it was the only one where English wasn't top billed.
Right.
I think we were 3rd billed. It was down to like the Vietnamese was in the middle, and we would bump down.
Yeah. Pretty rough. Anyway, I remember going in the same pool, and I don't know if we were together or what.
But there was like also we all swam in that pool individually.
Right. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because like I don't remember swimming with anyone else. And
anyway,
do you remember swimming with Lachlan?
I don't want to say I'm more intimidating, but the Russian guy didn't say that to me. And I got in there. It was 2 Russian dudes and 2 Russian chicks, I think. And I remember thinking like, oh, these looks like some tough fucking homies, you know?
Yeah.
And then one of the dudes hopped out, and he was like disfigured as fuck down his like chest here. It was like all scarred up and like chunk of flesh missing. And I thought,
like burn victim type looking stuff.
No, I wasn't burned. It was like, you know what I thought? I thought this fucking Rusky has been run over by a tank fighting Chechens or some shit. You know, I thought this is a real Russian customer. You know. Maybe I fucking got out of the pool before he could tell me it was closed. But I do remember thinking like...
He was like, yeah, I went for a swim.
It's just scary.
Like, rocked on it. Yeah, it's like... I talk about like people back home. There's plenty of people that I'd be worried about, like genuinely concerning customers, but there's just something extra, the Russians that you have just kicking around. And it's just like...
I know it's a stereotype, and it's not fun to make fun of stereotypes. But it's like Slavic dudes just being like big fucking blockhead, scarred up tank victims. And then the women being gorgeous blondes. And it was true this time, for sure. Most of the Russians you ran into look like that.
It is, but there's a definite line where you can see that the conditions changed in the country. Where you look at the old nonnas that are like the middle one, the babushkas.
Yeah.
But they're 4 or 5 deep, where they're fucking tiny.
Well weathered. They're weathered, Jezza. Just like 40, 50 years of just fucking cold wind.
Down. Fucking worn down to nothing.
Yeah,
like an old mountain. But yeah, I don't know, because I think it's like when Australians, like, you saw me when I came over there and like people were encouraging me to drink. They're just like, your pride sort of goes up. You're like, all right, over here I am fucking crushing the piss. Doesn't matter what happens to me.
What, in Vietnam?
No. When I came over to in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at the Smash tournament and stuff. It's people just going, like getting that, like, Aussies love drinking. And you got to be like, yeah, I do. Yeah. You don't want to let the fucking thing down. I reckon Russians are like that with being terrifying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They come over and it's like, man, you're fucking scary. And they go, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to it's them doing their, that's not a knife.
Dude,
I'll kill you with an
I proudly wear my stereotypical bullshit. Like, I've had people ask, like, do you like Vegemite? I'm like, as a matter of fact, I fucking love it. And I love loving it, Yep.
See, that's the sad thing.
Black
like, I do overhype it, I must say. You go over and I'll eat it far thicker than I would ever imagine doing at home. But just to prove the point, just when someone's like, that's gross, and you see how they've served it and it's caked on like fucking peanut butter.
Yeah. It's like and Swedish or Norwegian cunts with their fucking fermented fish or whatever. They're like, it's delicious. Except Vegemite is good.
Yeah. You just need to learn how to fucking eat it properly.
Yeah.
Man, those fish things, like, the one that's like, what, it's fucking illegal to open it unless it's underwater or some shit. That's
the shit. Like surströmming or something, I think it's called.
Have you, like, seen it or tried it kicking around?
No, God, no. I'd be a little bit afraid. The closest I got is watching a dude eat it on YouTube, and I was like, oh, man. Ooh.
Yeah, see, to me, I got a similar vibe for, like, when you see people eating those, like, the world's hottest chip. And just, like, that stuff that's just going to be, like, you can't touch it without wearing gloves. It's so hot.
Yeah.
I get the similar vibe for that.
Right.
It's just, like, deeply uncomfortable with even watching what that would smell or feel like.
Yeah. I think, like, most countries have some stupid bullshit food that they're, like, proudly, other people find disgusting,
Yeah, I think there's definitely a level of playing it up. Like, as soon as you know other people find it disgusting, it's like I have the same thing when I crack my joints. Like, I do that all the time, but then as soon as somebody goes, I go, watch this, and just like throw into it. It's like, so if you get slightly weirded out by chicken feet or something, they'll just smash it down in front of you to go, why is this weird? Like, everybody I think's got that. Although I don't think we do. I don't think we're old enough.
To what? Have what?
To have a weird, gross meal that nobody else likes. I don't think Vegemite. No, I suppose it counts. Yeah.
I think it's. I mean, it's not as bad as some other shit, but like that would be.
It feels too.
There's nothing more disgusting in Australia than that. I mean, that's widespread or whatever, or has a reputation.
Because like anything else that's like strictly Australian is stuff that's just still like it'd have to be Australian animals, surely.
Yeah,
and, like, kangaroo's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, people are weirded out by eating kangaroo. I mean, foreign, non-Australian people think that that's really weird. But
once you equate it to them and go like, it's just deer.
Yeah, but it's not like fermented fish fucking disgusting. Or, man, a few that I know, well, I know Japan's is like natto. Have you ever heard of that? Like fermented soybean, and it looks like fucking disgusting alien, like sticky, bloody goo with beans in it. Man, like, look that shit up.
Black pudding, but better.
Yeah, black pudding, that's kind of disgusting. That's the British shit, right?
That's Scottish, I think.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's all the same. I know the Taiwanese one. Well, it's stinky tofu. They love to freak people out by stinky tofu, but it's not that bad. The real fucking disgusting one is the century eggs.
Man, I'd struggle just with those fucking tea eggs in the. And just the smell, man.
Those are delicious.
I can't deal with it.
Dude, you know,
egg and tea.
When I eat a fucking normal egg, I'm like, that's kind of gross. Like, I want tea eggs every time.
I get it, but it's like, I can't, man. I just... Yeah. And because I can't, picture myself eating it, the smell is so fucking thick for somebody who's not into it.
Yeah.
And it's every 7-Eleven.
Of course. Yeah.
And it's usually by the door, the fucking tubs.
Yeah. It's fucking keeping you out. That's what... It's doing its job.
No, worse. It's like I fight my way in, and then it's like, I'm fighting leaving, so I'll grab it.
I think it's a marketing problem because it doesn't taste like tea. What it tastes like is fucking salty soy sauce, kind of like. I mean, not strongly, you know. It's very weak. Yeah. But
it's a hint.
I don't think it tastes like tea.
It's a hint of what you want.
But they just call it tea egg.
Yeah, the water that it's in kind of looks tea-ish.
Yeah.
As most water does if you put anything brown in it. So
right.
Fuck knows.
Anyway, now I'm curious about some other countries' weird bullshit, but whatever. Maybe we won't go down the rabbit hole too far on that.
I can't think of any offhand because Australia. I know there's like a snake blood. Wasn't that Vietnam? I don't think we ended up finding it, but I think that's where you can like drink snake blood with the venom or something.
I found that in this country, and I've had it twice.
Sick. Let me guess, it's something where you drink it and you go, I can see why I don't put this in a can and drink it all the time.
You know what I did? In fact, it's on YouTube, all right? I'll send you the link later. And maybe we can patch
Wax
it
Snacks?
We can, yeah.
I remember Wax Snacks.
Which I'm not particularly
proud of. Because that's when you first fucked off and me and the boys were still living together and we're like, we miss Mopes. And we were just watching you eat snacks with like your new friends and getting mad. I do remember sitting down with Lachlan having a session, watching you hanging out with the people that were dubbed Taiwan Jazz and Taiwan Lachlan.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair...
And we're just looking at that and having like what started out as an ironic bitch session.
Yeah.
Like just sitting there looking at it and go, jeez, I'm way better than that. Yeah, and then just like noticing that both of us were being like a little too sincere with each one.
Right. I mean, that is fucking hilarious that you mentioned that shit, because honestly, I mean, with your fucking handlebars right now, like the dead ringer of you, whose name was Max, he also wore fucking handlebars around for a while. So, I mean, this shit is adding up too much. And also...
you put fucking gold rude
and the other guy, Andrew, is kind of a bit Lockie-ish. Like, he had a phase where he just lived on coffee and cigarettes, you know, like... You're like, do you eat? Do you ever fucking eat? That was him, you know. That was both of those guys. Yeah.
Lachlan ate as long as it was potato.
Right, well...
Potato only. Occasionally, get some chicken nugs up in him.
Yeah.
But you had to, like, hide it under the potato. Like,
right. No,
push it into the chip and you got to force it down his throat.
Yeah. But yeah, on the snacks. we went to the snake place. And we ate snake soup, which was like, okay, whatever. Give me the blood. Give me the good shit. I want my dick hard. That's apparently what it does. And
that's what everything fucking does.
Yeah.
Any fucking rare animal, anything's just
I know. What a quirk of nature that so many...
Almost as if human beings are desperate to have hard dicks.
Well, dude, that's why those animals are rare, all right? They've been hunted for fucking millennia to get dudes' dicks hard. And
there's fucking heaps of people now.
Yeah, for sure.
Less run knows more people. That's math.
But we got the fucking blood, and of course we were drinking beers. And I was like, yao sambe, like give me 3 glasses. And and they bring out some cups, and we get the shot glass of the blood, and I fill up our cups with beer, and then drop the fucking snake blood shot into the beer
today.
The old blood bomb, and then just and you can see me in the video. I go,
blood bomb, but it's beer, so it's a fucking snake blood shandy.
Yeah, yeah, snake shandy.
Oh my god, that's probably the worst fucking drinking idea I've ever heard. And I've heard Tiff talk about fucking clamato juice. There's fucking Canada's for you,
dude. I've got a clamato fucking story for you. So,
hang on, let me do a camera reset so we don't cut midway. But yes, let's
all right.
Against my better judgment, let's talk about fucking clamato.
All right, should we take a quick intermission? I could pee.
Yes.
Take 13.
Action!
Will help you go on bouncing through the day. When you've been asking a little too much of your body. Barack.
All right. You were saying?
We're back, and we are talking clamato juice.
Clamato juice. Clamato?
No, it's clamato.
All right.
You go heavier on the mato than you do on the clam.
Okay. I'll take your word. You're more Canadian than me, so, you know.
Yep. Almost got that dual citizenship. So, all right. Yeah, sure. Let's both cards.
Tell me about it.
But I can't remember the main drink that they have with it. It's like clamato juice with just like a spirit in it, as far as I can remember. A Caesar. It's a fucking Caesar.
What do we got?
Hold that bottle up to my fucking...
Boysen a la vodka. It's vodka. So
the worst thing is, I thought this would be a fun moment where we discuss a disgusting thing, but now I have to go in there and tell Tiff that you were actually drinking it from a can, and I have to defend my position.
Okay. But tell Tiff this. So my second in charge at work, Taiwanese girl, love working with her, super fun. She's married to a Canadian guy.
Pause.
Yeah?
Sorry to do this. I sent her a message the other day.
Did ya?
Yes, completely by accident. So I saw her posting pictures, because I got her on Insta, right? So I saw a bunch of pictures coming in from Osaka that she was putting up. But all I saw was the name Amy, so I thought it was my sister. So I just sent a message out of nowhere. It's just, where the fuck are you? But then also, because she's a nice person, she just said Osaka.
Yeah.
I'm like, sick.
Met you once or twice. Where the fuck are you?
Just because from the tiny profile picture, just a glance over, I'm like, yeah, that's Amy, dark hair, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, she just got a random question out of nowhere that I saw who it was. I'm like, I should probably explain myself rather than this being just
accosting randos on IG. Yeah. Anyway,
an aggressive question from someone who you've only seen incredibly wasted.
Right.
Hey, where are you at?
Yeah.
React.
With threatening facial hair as well. That's what you have.
This isn't a picture.
Yeah, anyway. So she... Oh, what was she doing? Anyway, whatever. She traveled to fucking... No. She wasn't traveling. Another Canadian guy, not the husband, who they know, these Canadians, they roll in their groups. Wanted one drop by our office, and he'd been home and was dropping off a care package for those two that included 6-pack of this clamato juice. And I was like, what the fuck? What are you guys doing?
That's the correct response.
Everybody. That sounds disgusting.
As soon as I picture it, it's like, how you get a tin of tomatoes where you can get them the peeled tomatoes, so you got the whole big thing in there. I was just picturing that, but they're oysters instead of the fucking tomatoes. Correct.
Dude,
That's the image immediately.
The whole tomatoes weird me out in a can, because often they don't have skin. I'm like, ugh. Well, they're meant to be skins, fucking hell. Anyway, so I'm like,
but even then, you're like, this looks like horror movie meat chunk in blood kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it does. And I'm like, anyway, this sounds fucking disgusting. What the hell is wrong with you people? And she's like, well, I'm going to give you a can. Don't knock it till you try it. And I was like, fine, all right, I will try it. And I took it home. It's been sitting in my fridge for 2 months because I'm genuinely afraid to fucking try it. I'm just like, this shit sounds so disgusting on paper. And
so you haven't cracked it, or you have now?
And a couple of times, she's asked me at work. She's like, "Did you try that juice?" I'm like, no.
Hey, we have the perfect triangle of contact here. So you've got the can. I've got the fucking story about Canada. I've messaged her abusively out of nowhere. It all fucking...
Well, let's bring it full circle. I want to try this. All right. I'll give you my review, all right?
I need this. I'll pass it immediately on to Tiff.
Tiff can be one of my views this fucking app, I want to at least blow out Quanny and get 2 views. All right.
It's so hard.
Smells like Bloody Mary.
I assume it would mostly be in the Bloody Mary end of things, but How we look at?
It's like literally just a Bloody Mary.
There's no hint of clam. I'm still like waiting for a clam aftertaste to just fucking come at you out of nowhere. How thick is it? Because that's the thing. Like, what's the? Yeah, are you drinking a liquid? Like, is this a can of Fanta?
That's like somehow, but I don't think I can easily.
Nah.
I would say it's not that thick.
As well.
It's like less thick than a Bloody Mary anyway. It's but more thick than water.
Yeah. So we're talking like unsalty tomato sauce sort of things.
Sure, but it is quite salty. It's even got a bit of spice to it. Huh.
Interesting.
Well, I honestly say that's pretty good. I think it's a marketing problem. Just just don't mention the clams.
Yeah. Like, if it's not quite a Bloody Mary, call it something close.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
You know, a bloody crustacean.
Well,
fuck it.
Maybe Canada's on some shit.
I don't agree. I couldn't even, just hearing the word, I could not try it. It wasn't even like I'll have a little, it's something like, there's plenty of things I know I hate, but I could do that too. Yeah. But the concept disgusts me so much.
You know what I think it is? It's like, anytime, okay. We grew up in the country, right? And I told people this too, because they're like, you're from Australia, you must love seafood. I'm like, I grew up around cows. Like, I did not trust any fucking fish on sale because I don't live anywhere near the ocean. So, like,
the only fish I used to see growing up was fucking dead carp that people would put next to the green bins because they pulled them out of the lake.
Right.
That's it.
Right. So it's like, I don't think of seafood as food, you know? Definitely not.
I think of fish and chips.
Right.
Like, you get fish and chips, but even then, it's a frozen disc. But what I actually want is, good, bad.
So my exposure to seafood was often canned goods, bit of canned tuna or whatever. Tuna Mornay, I fucking rate tuna Mornay, People shit on that. Nah.
Yeah,
but you know what I don't like?
The people who had to fucking work with you at IBM or just be in the house when you'd fucking spin that shit through the microwave. It's like, oh man, but I opened the windows. It's like the windows don't. It's not the whole house that you clicked open, cunt.
Right. But I'll tell you what I don't ever want, and that is the fucking juice from the can. And that's what I think that is in this can, right? That's what I can't help but get out of my brain. Like, a whole bunch of clam, like fucking clam in cans. People eat the clam out. There's all this juice left over. What is Canada to do? Put it in Bloody Marys and fucking ship it around the world.
That often is a lot of those like local dish things. It's particularly to do with alcohol, where it's just like, what do you have? It's nothing to do with like any kind of culture. Oh, we believe that. It's like, no, you had potatoes. That's what you drank. Right. And then you made other shit around it.
Ferment maple syrup. That shit would work. It's got sugar. Have they tried that?
Yeah. I guarantee you there's got to be like...
I'm fucking patenting that shit. And
I guarantee you it'll be because craft beer shit all took off. There's definitely going to be maple ales.
Well, don't let the fucking cat out of the bag just yet, Jezza. Don't let anyone see this episode just yet. All right?
America did the fucking Outback Steakhouse. Now we're going to steal Canada.
Yeah. Steakhouse.
Come down, dude, Maple Lodge.
When I mentioned the Cuba thing and I was like going to live in America, I thought, you know what I should do? Fucking work at Outback Steakhouse. Imagine the tips. Dude, I would be earning 6 figures on tips.
Man, just walking around, that's not a knife at every table.
Yeah.
Every cunt who gets fucking...
Bro, I'll be swimming in more fucking pineapple bills than Mike Whitney, all right?
Man, you could go double reference. So some of them you're going, that's not a knife, pointing the knives. Sometimes you go Simpsons reference, you're pointing at the fucking spoon when he's getting the soup.
Fuck yeah.
You are crushing it. You calling out shit in dollary dues. You could just be fucking mated mint.
Do you guys eat blooming onions at home? Yes.
Sure. Or at the very... But it is the outside of like, I would have. Like,
Yeah, I would too.
Counter,
what a good idea.
If they had those on the counter, like a fish and chip joint instead of like the pickled onions, if they're like, yeah, you got one of those, it's like, fucking oath.
Yeah. And pickled fucking blooming onions still haven't taken off in Oz. You know, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, now that we know what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a reverse Foster's, you know? But we just don't want to acknowledge it at home, where it's like, it's a funny thing that people have it elsewhere thinking that Australians like it.
Yeah. I still hear the Foster's shit. I mean, like...
people still tell, like, they come back and they're like, they had it on tap. Like, Australians, they'll come back and like, they had Foster's on tap. Can you believe that? But, like, not as a, like, nudge as a rib, like, in-joke kind of thing. Like, genuinely think they're the first person to discover that. And that it's hilarious.
I mean, we have a reputation of being big piss heads and beer drinkers, and they think, like, wow, well, Foster's is the most popular drink in Australia. This shit must be, like, good. You know, it's like the Heineken of the fucking Southern Hemisphere. And I'm not saying Heineken's good for the record, but it's like that level
good
of
enough
ubiquity.
To be that popular.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's like the fucking
kind of fucked.
The most complex, long, practical joke that one country's ever played on another is like us telling people that Foster's is what we drink.
I think it's a very Australian thing, man.
Yeah.
We have it's a vibe of just, we want to be in on the scam. Not even to make anything out of it. It's just, Australians are very keen to just roll with something if, like, other Australians are there, and that's sort of just what's happening. It's the like with the drop bears thing. It's a classic one of, like, anybody you ask, it's like, yeah. Because if you were asking me, they obviously don't know one way or the other. So why the fuck wouldn't I say, yeah, they're real? You know? It's like any of that shit when somebody, like, when people come up to you and they're just like, hey, is this person doing this? Or like, is this person show blue? And they're clearly having an argument. This person is being mildly gaslit, I suppose. But it's so much fun to just go like, yeah, no, he's right. Just fucking absolute fuel the fire.
Yeah.
Just completely straight face them.
Right. Well, I've run into trouble before, like taking the piss too much around Americans in particular. But I mean, this would translate poorly into plenty of cultures. Yeah. And they're just like,
I got this fucking hourglass shape on it these days.
Yeah, and they're like, are you a dick? And I was like, I'm trying to be friends with you, bro. You know, I was like, oh, you're fucking teasing me or something. I'm like, yeah,
harden up, man.
I don't tease people I don't like, you know?
Yeah.
I don't tease the fucking guy I don't want to talk to, you know?
No.
Anyway.
It's like, you definitely don't tease someone that you hope doesn't fight you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you seem like you're keen to get in a fight here, champ.
Right.
I'm not going to be actually having a go at you.
Right.
But it is funny with that, you do, like, with people that get that kind of, like, defensive with it, you got to go all the way over the top. Like, there's no debate that I'm being ironic here. And, like, that this is meant to be silly and funny. Because if you go anything short of that, they're like, he's serious. No one lies to me.
Yeah,
Randy says no one lies.
Some people still think you're being fucking sincerely a dick. You know, it's like, what? You think people just sincerely be this big of an asshole in public?
I mean, some of them do, but my weird thing is that it's usually like a mixed friend group where I meet people like that. So it's like, okay, you genuinely think I'm a dick, but why would all of, like, your friends be friends with me?
Yeah.
Like, you know they wouldn't be friends with somebody who would say this shit in earnest. So it's like, it kind of gives you, like, extra, like, how dumb do you think your friends are? It's like, oh yeah, we brought in Jez. He like, imagine if I turned up to that Smash tournament with you and just started viciously tearing apart people. Like, yeah, I've disconnected that from my other thought. But either way.
Well, you had the good sense to stay fucking quiet at that Smash comp because you know that you were going to get your asshole opened up on the first Smash, and somebody can open it. So
did I stay quiet? I seem to remember music coming on, me flexing while wearing headbands and sweatbands, and I'm pretty sure I was just flipping people off.
That is quiet for you, Jezza.
I was playing heel, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, it was good. I was just teaching fucking Takuma how to bark at people. befriending Amy on fucking Instagram to hurl abuse at her later. That was a busy book. But nah, you got to play heel.
I'm gonna start just messaging Amy that shit now. Like, where the fuck are you? Anytime she does anything on Instagram, and I'm her boss, so it's like doubly threatening.
Yeah, you're her boss. That's weird. I'm the friend of her boss she saw once. It's like, well, that's one step away from just like seeing somebody at a conference and just like hunting them down through LinkedIn.
Yeah. Before, Jezza, while we were setting up this show, I was looking for Mike Whitney on LinkedIn, and I don't think he's there. He's just he's unplugged. He's finished. He's retired.
Work finds him.
Yeah.
Work finds him via his agent that's still listed on his website.
Yeah. Well, the fucking agent ain't doing his job either, because I'm trying to get in touch with him, and he's not.
Oh, you're trying an agent as well? I was too scared that they'd ask for money straight up.
I tried an agent. Yeah.
See how we go. Keep following along, and you'll find out about how the hunt for Mike Whitney goes.
Yeah. I did not approach it the right way, though. I spilled the beans too early. I said, my friend and I want Mike on our Who Dares Wins podcast that we haven't started yet.
Man, again, you need to lie to your fucking mother more often, because I swear to God.
Yeah.
You're in marketing, you can't, like...
I did say, hey, well, I've got some budget for this, but not much budget.
I've got about 3 cameos worth of fucking cash I can put towards this.
What, $150?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we should have just, like, if it was to him directly, I reckon I could have got away with, come on, man, I reckon you could come on my podcast for an hour. And if you do, I'll give you $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, use his own magic back at him.
I've one more Who Dares Wins observation, by the way. Because since I last saw you, which was about 2 months ago, watched, all 4 or 5 remaining episodes of Who Dares Wins.
Going through the archive. And I was like, my God, Tanya's shirts are so tight. Like, oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Tailored.
Fuck
would have to. Or it's like that.
Tanya made me a man. I remember now.
Yeah, because she was like hot as fuck, but also like she does 6 stunts.
Yeah.
Like it was a whole, like she was sick.
Well, there was a system, Jezza. The person who did the main stunt, if they didn't do it, then Tanya would do it.
Yeah, and if she couldn't do it, they would still win the prize.
Right. And also, if she didn't want to do it, apparently the stunt coordinator would have to do his own fucking stunt. And I went deep.
He made the stunt.
Deep into the Who Dares Wins lore here. Only one time did that happen. Did the stunt guy have to do the thing because everyone else said no? And they're like, we still need the app. We can't have Mike in the mall.
Oh, yeah, right, because it was the double date. So if she doesn't do it either, he gets the prize, but then somebody has to do it.
Some shit like that, yeah.
Was it I don't know, like, I feel like I remember seeing that, but I cannot remember what it was.
Yeah, who the hell knows? Anyway. Ooh, Tanya.
Man, fucking hell. You just leave us with a trivia question that I can't possibly get the answer to.
Yeah.
They don't exist.
Probably that's unanswerable, unfortunately.
Yeah, well. That's a good note to end things on, so you come back next time for more or less answers.
More Who Dares Wins trivia. That's all of the Who Dares Wins lore in the world.
Until we create our own fucking board game.
Yeah. Or let me put out a call. Are we doing plugs?
Yep. Yeah, we're about to do plugs.
I am okay to pay 50 Aussie dollars per episode of Who Dares Wins that someone can give to me, and there's 100 out there, so that's $5,000.
As long as it's not okay, so it's not including the existing ones.
Of course not.
That we've got, can't be coming at us with ones we've already got. Even if we start getting them, if you get a double up, it's it's a fucking draw the card out.
If it's new to me in the 21st century, $50. I'll give you $50. Yeah.
50 an app. Damn, you could make how many episodes in a season?
Well, I believe there's 100 out there, so that's $5,000 on the table. I'm funding this, all right? Because I know, Jezza, we will make it back with one of the world's most successful podcast/YouTube channels.
Oh man, if we do it like
Jez
a
wins.
Sopranos podcast and just go episode by episode, I'd 100% do that if we can get this. Fuck it. Not only is this a cash prize to get the cash for getting us episodes, it will also fund our next, it'll be the content for the next fucking show we actually make. We've discussed a lot of fucking random bullshit ideas for us to do one specifically together, and if that happens, it will be exactly that.
Right.
If we can get these episodes, it'll finally lock in us to have our fucking dedicated podcast.
Right. But honestly, I think it's lost media.
I'm putting this as part of the fucking reels or whatever. I'm putting this out as the cut up segment, whatever it takes.
I'll put money to boost the reels. We got to push this message, all right? Someone else.
This is going out. This is a fucking prize. This is the best Who Dat. You get $50 for getting that can of fucking drink down your gob. Mm-hmm. But for finding footage of that gob, $50 an app. Get to me.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's going to be one person who's just got all of them.
I hope so.
But fuck it.
Good.
That's going to be really efficient. But
it'll be our gift back to the internet, because that shit is impossible to find right now. If we make it accessible, that's like a public service. And
completely. It's
$5,000.
We'd be national heroes, just like the man Mike Whitney himself.
Right. A treasure. He's been described as a treasure.
Actually, there's the double call out. Mike Whitney, if you can get us the episodes and then fucking come on the pod, I'll have him on any time he fucking gets. I'll put a K up every month just to have our monthly "Here's Mike again," because we're going to watch fucking season 2, episode 4. Here he is. Yes, we're fucking doing this.
That'd be the dream if you got involved. Oof.
Mike, if you provide him personally, I'll pay again.
Yeah, and I feel like it's within arm's reach. You know,
it's somewhere. We're gonna put this out. We're gonna find it. So again, just button on that. If you can get us any episodes of Who Dares Wins that we don't currently have, it's $50 an episode, locked in. And if it's coming from Mike Whitney, bonus 50.
Well,
you get what I mean? Hit
10 grand. It's trying to. All right, I'll find it. I'll find it.
No. I was doing the other half. I'm not putting you up for both.
I'm okay with it. I see it as an investment in our future wealth.
Exactly.
And for the good of society. And Australian media.
Good of my inner child.
Yeah.
He wants that.
Yeah. All right.
You can hit me up if you're at brokeandhome@gmail.com. You can send through any details you got there, or send them through directly to me on Instagram is usually the best way, at TechieWebby. Mobes, what would you
I'm
like
at Noah Moby. Noah Mobi.
And we're plugging anything else? That was it.
No,
you can give me an extra sponsor at the end.
No, I don't want to do the sponsorship thing because, if I promote.
It's a semi-funny bit, but we could actually be making money.
Yeah. I could literally get myself in hot water and cause me to lose money. Maybe. What I need to do is prepare some sponsors that aren't actually my clients in real life.
I don't know, man, because there's nothing better for a podcast than getting into beef with sponsors and shit.
True. Well, yeah.
Losing a sponsor,
publicity.
Getting somebody fired from their job because of content of a podcast, that's pretty that gets us to tier 2. That's barely even up.
Have you ever heard of guerrilla marketing? Well, it's not really guerrilla marketing, but we could you could be the first podcast to get cancelled from a sponsor that you didn't already have. And then that is the news story, right?
I'm getting pre-blacklisted.
Yeah.
By Incognito.
Yeah. I think we could make it happen.
Oh, yeah, all right. We're going to actively try to not get me my first sponsor.
Now, let's do Audible, because I'm not working with them.
All right, fine. We're going to
Next time. I like to give you a little nugget to get me back on the show again. That's the nugget.
It can't be too aggressive or scary. We've got to find the exact balance of how to get banned from ever possibly getting a sponsorship with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I think Amazon's a bit too big to start with, because I don't think they'd even consider it to begin with.
All right, I'll think some.
We'll figure it out. But we'll figure it out next time on Broken Home. Thanks very much for listening, guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Stay broke.